Hello, traders. Welcome to the stream, Sunday evening stream. We've got less than 1 hour until the daily and weekly candle close. Give me an audio check. Make sure we're good here. This is definitely the first 4K stream, since the tornado chases and the Vegas, all that, I think. So we're back in 4K, and that's it. So back to business. Not sick anymore, thankfully. Just been bouncing back, and you know how it takes some time. So thanks for being here. Let us take a look, man, at the corn. So here it is. Here it is, chat. Maybe it's good. Yeah, Bitcoin is just testing. All right, this is an opinion, not opinion piece. This is just a technical piece. As you can see, 106, 150. You go back. We look here. We listen. Okay, shout out Sean Ranklin. Candle close, December 17th reversal. Candle close, January 21st reversal. Nice back tests there later, before really drawing down to the lowest lows we saw of the correction. So that level, undeniably real. I think you would agree, right? Well, that's where we are right now. That's where we are. A test of that on the 3rd, and another test today, but not much time spent above it, and we have 35 minutes again until the close. You would prefer a close above that level, but if not, I mean, how could you be surprised, right? Okay, so we got people coming in from all around the world, and we're all congregated here for the UTC close. So that, I mean, you think, oh, this weekend, hey, there have been no asks up until this candle. And what happened this candle? Well, U.S. futures, all futures have opened. CME futures on Bitcoin. A very small gap was created. And I'd imagine what's happening is they're just going to fill it. Not sure if I'm going to have the data yet because mine's delayed. But let's take a look at the weekly before we get to futures. The weekly. My God, man. It's just kind of ridiculous, right? What they've done, despite the inability on the daily. You can see here, 104,459, the weekly, the old all-time high candle close from December 9th. Since we recaptured it to the week of the 12th of May, you now spent 3 weeks trading above it, holding above it, and looks like we're going to get a third week in a row with a candle close, traders settling up above that level. So that's good. I don't think that really gives us any sort of edge or anything, but it's just cool to look at these things. That's a big level right there. At the same time, if you're a wick man, you can clearly see up at that top there, bearish engulfing candle last week, this week. There was follow through, but then there wasn't. And we're about to close pretty much where we opened 7 days ago. So spinning the wheels with nothing going on, but still below that 108,360. I guess you would call that the big zone, the big weekly inflection zone. If you wanted to, plot it with a gray zone here, you can see you need to be above 108,360 on the weekly for real. We were, but then we weren't. So, and to fall below 104,459 for real on the weekly, you can understand the downside potential is vast. I mean, looking at the weekly, you're looking at like 93K. But the good news is we haven't broken it yet, right? That's good. For now. Good for now. But we know just all the stuff going on. Like, as swing traders, we have a framework, right? We definitely have a framework that we attempt to apply to assets for an edge, greater than 50% chance of a particular outcome. And if it's not there, you can't make it be there. And on Bitcoin, I mean, going up 50% in 42 days, and then developing MACD histogram bearish divergence, confirmation high at the old all-time high from January 20th. I mean, that divergence played out. So it's like if you're staring in the face of bearish divergence after 50% run in, 5 weeks, it's, you're pushing it. You're definitely pushing it. You look for other setups if you actually just care about swing trading, right? You're looking for M shapes to complete, 886s, confirmation lows, bullish divergence, dragon patterns, right? Like big dragon patterns, like where Bitcoin was way more interesting in mid-April after that breakout, way more interesting. And now, when those, supply lines break of those dragons, they can very well see 886s. This exceeded the 88% retrace. I believe this made a 110% retrace, 3% away from the truest of the 113s, which would have been $114,000. So there's always a chance of like, hey, the futures market and the equities, U.S. equities market does well next week. I can't be that surprised if we do get an attempted rally on the daily and then you could see a confirmation high. That's like your better case scenarios instead of like, okay, we're failing here. Oh boy, I mean, they could still be failing and we're about to roll over to 99.3 sooner. But if like, there's a good week for risk on, I mean, doing something like this just can't be that crazy or out of the question. Attempted route, like, stuff like this, man. It just very similar to how it ended in November 2021, October and November. One low, one high, right? Oh my God, what a rally in such a short period of time. Holy crap. Dude, 64% in 22 days. What? And then, you sold off, you back tested a key level, you held it, the buyers took back over, and then a second attempt, and it happened to be all-time highs. It was a higher high, but in the end, what it ended up being like a confirmation high. There was massive bearish divergence, not just on the MACD histogram. You can see from the high to the all-time high, bearish divergence on the RSI also developed. Where you made a high on price, the highest high of all time on price with a lower level of relative strength. And then there was no doubt at that point because they tried once and twice and failed. So that is just, you can't rule it out. And that would complete that W shape like perfectly. Sorry, we're just, spitballing here. 113. Oh yeah, man, it's the 113. We're going to 400K. And then what happens on the relative strength index, if that happens, you could just imagine, oh my God, we get to 114K, all-time highs, the Hey songs are playing, but then it's like, what the heck? Are you kidding me? Now all of a sudden the RSI is showing like undeniable buyer exhaustion on a second test. Like that is a very real possibility of how this could unfold, okay, if we have favorable price action on equities, risk on, right? If gold starts dumping, gold started dumping on Friday, but can't rule it out. It's a possibility, and that's what we're here to do because everyone loves Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin fundamentally for what it stands for, what it is. But swing trader wise, it's a little tougher because this is just not the magic area for fresh longs, even though it could go higher. It could go like 7-8%. What is it? It could still go 8% higher and hit that 113. Anyway, this is what the Sunday evening streams are for, man. Just spitballing. I hope that's what happens. I don't know. But at the same time, I mean, you've already had bearish divergence in MACD. Typically, you like seeing it on the RSI too. It didn't have it at all, really. I mean, it was just kind of convergence, bullish convergence on the RSI. Just overbought too long. So, all right. Let us look at Bitcoin futures. It would be this, and it would be even crazier or like more understandable on the futures because of all the weekend price action we get on spot. You were never able to really develop like the strongest type of bearish divergence. I mean, like what would you consider very true bearish divergence? Like you just had a lot of momentum that was, waning as you were building, but typically you get histogram islands on the bottom side that separates histograms The histogram wicks, the histogram islands, right? You get one red one to separate this MACD histogram to the next one. And you could just imagine, okay, they fill the gap today, whatever. It won't take much, man. We'll just sell off a little bit more, fill that gap, whatever. Eventually, wherever this lands, you know, they do the same thing, right? You go to the 113 up there, and then, right, you lose the negative momo, you build positive momentum, but it's substantially lower than what we had before. And the RSI just slam dunk, right? It would just be, oh yeah, they run this thing up and we just get overbought again, but barely. And you just get something like this on that second major attempt on the daily. And you just like, that's where you're looking at for, you're like, dang, dude, this is very, very much showing exhaustion from buyers, right? So we just don't have it yet, which is good. I mean, because that, you know, when you don't have it on daily, on the futures, then the possibility you eventually see it. So 113, oh, you actually get a 113, right? Where you just fell short after this crazy fast run. Just ideas, man. We're just talking. All right. Bitcoin dominance, how you doing, man? Bitcoin dominance still just up there, very elevated, near just a mere 1.27% away from multi-year highs, from the highest level we've seen, you know, of this entire long-term uptrend. Started with Wyckoff accumulation, still running. Yeah, I mean, I think you would think, like, kind of the way this trend is, no matter what happens, the outcome is going to be this is going up. I mean, whether Bitcoin, if Bitcoin sells off, it's more probable this goes up higher, faster. But Bitcoin, you know, that other potential outcome of these wave structures, like with the daily confirmed top, right, that slightly higher high top with bearish upper RSI, if that happened, yeah, maybe some altcoins outperform, this goes flat or down some. But I don't know, looking at a lot of the altcoins, man, I'd be more interested in like buying some sort of equities, like oil or something, like a US oil stock. Like those have better setups than crypto. I mean, yeah, they're down there and they're still like they could very well play out, you know. I just, with Bitcoin being where it is, these kind of
Hey
max.
Mitch, this voiceover is only 50 cents. No inflation here. Might want to change it before it gets spammed. Gosh.
Well, bet one, then bet two. Thanks, dude, for letting everyone know. Yikes. Oh, by the way, we had a contribution, the only contribution of the stream so far, but it was before the stream started. I'm going to play it because he tipped like 30 minutes before the stream. So here it is.
JR68 tipped $25. Hey Mitch. Welcome back. Love the channel and I've been watching since early 2018. First time tipping but never too late to support the channel. Can you please do a chart request for Aerodrome Finance on Coinbase? Appreciate ya.
JR, man, thanks so much for the 25, and thanks for your first contribution in 7 years. And if you've been watching that one, that was literally when I started. It was like February 8th or 9th, 2018. That was my Genesis content creation. So thanks for watching over all that time. You must have been hyped on crypto at one point. Thank you, dude. Really appreciate it. We'll look at, yeah, Aerodrome. It's about as good as Aerotine. Perhaps you've heard of it. Gosh, man, I swear. This video stuff. When the sun goes down on my side of town, we got to change the aperture and other things too. Oh, yeah, PepsiCo. All right. Anyway, let's, since we started out on crypto, let's go further. What is it? No. Since we've started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto. Wait, what the? Okay. Audio should be like, I mean, the music should be like really quiet. All right, Ethereum. But dude, Ethereum, you're getting an Ethereum. The concern here is like, yeah, I get it, man. Like everyone is so excited about it. Everyone's hyped on Ethereum. I know you are. I know everyone is. I know even BlackRock is, and people are selling Ethereum or Bitcoin to buy Ethereum. But, you know, the fact still is...
Can you please look at $RXRX and if possible $ASAN?
Gills, the answer would be yes. Thank you, dude. We will, for sure. On the list. We're just getting through the bigger stuff, you know, first. The value for everyone. The analysis, the broad market analysis. Okay, thank you, dude. But just, you still got an active bearish engulfing candle painted a few days ago on the 5th. You're still trading below the 200-day simple moving average. In fact, if you care about rectangles at all, so, I mean, a lot of people are not going to care about rectangles. I get it, dude. I'm not a rectangle. We don't believe in rectangles here in your home. I get it. But if it is a rectangle, and again, this is why it's probabilities and percentages. This is a partial rise confirmed. So, like, you have been marked for doom. Okay, that is what's happened on Ethereum. That's what you have: a 70% chance of a breakdown, and then a 30% chance of failure. 30% chance that it breaks upward. It runs to 2737 next. 30%. So if we are identifying a rectangle, which to me it looks perfectly rectangular, we know for a fact that is a partial rise. So that would mean, oh, okay, probability's higher, we're going down next. But there you go, man. It doesn't mean 100%, dude. It doesn't mean I'm calling for, I'm calling for 2100. I'm just telling you how it is, right? Don't take my word for it. Go read up on partial rises. They only exist in rectangles and broadening formations. Yes. Man, I'll tell you, dude, it's like the lighting changes at all. I've just spent like $5,000 for this stream to get blackout on my western facing side. It will be installed on Friday. So hopefully it will help a lot with all of this camera works. But dude, I'm making an insane effort for all this. So, anyway, that's your Ethereum. Trying to mess with my camera right here as the sun goes down constantly. All right, let me see here if I can just do some stuff. We'll see. Yeah, I hope y'all are having a good weekend. It's not too bad. It's just getting DACA in here. Yeah, just trying to keep that up. So trying to lower that ISO as much as possible. Ooh, that looks real good. Okay, that's all right. That will do for now. Whatever. So Ethereum could be on the chopping block if the partial rise plays out, but as you know, nothing is certain. If Bitcoin wants to run to that 114K for a double top on the daily, Ethereum's going to rally too. So I wouldn't say this partial rise is invalidated till we're probably breaking above 2,700 in the 200 moving average. There you go. You wouldn't, I mean, right? If Ethereum starts breaking down, to protect someone's self, they would, it would behoove them to possibly have a stop loss below 2,400 because the downside potential would take, I think your max downside would be to 2,100. Like you're breaking that level, then it's like, well, Ethereum's got 11.75% downside all the way to 15.15% downside. So that's your cutoff regardless of anything. If you're a swing trader and you're like, I don't care, bro, I'm just long in the bottom of a range. If you're doing that, that's your max threshold for losses on this one. Okay. Have in the chat. Let's go to XRP, up 4%, man. I mean, what are they doing? Going for the highest daily candle close since May 28th. What? As they took it to not really a big level or anything. There have been a couple reversals here, I guess, but no, just kind of caught some bids on its own. Clearly just stuck in a range, man, since December. We're talking like over half a year now of range boundness. But there was a nice little wedge here, kind of, that just caught a little breakout. Like a little supply line was breached. Okay, whatever. I don't really care too much about these 4-hour structures. If you look at it kind of like that, a breakout. All right, but you see the problem is it's not giving you new data that's going to change anything. Like, cool, dude, they confirmed a bottom, and there was definitely like some bullish divergence on the RSI, probably on the 8-hour as well. But you've rallied and you're still below, even on the 4-hour, 200 moving average. You could just be confirming a top here, one high, a second high, and roll over with Bitcoin. So, yeah, it's not, dude, it has been bad. Like, for altcoins, it's just been bad. You've had a little opportunity here and there, but everything has been underperforming Bitcoin. And a lot of sideways. And a lot of chop downward stuff. I mean, there's just not been opportunity. Very much opportunity. Really in 2025. For alts. I mean, other markets may definitely some opportunity here and there. But it is really tough, man. To just not know. Okay, the market's closed, chat. Tweet. Oh, God. Really bad tweet. Look how the market's responding. And then by morning, everything's cool again. And then 3 days later, tweet, completely negating the previous tweet. What was the point of that? Didn't matter. It's a very tough market right now. Because now, here's the problem now. Because we are now, the index funds are long in the tooth on their recovery, on the big C to D waves, right? We had dragons everywhere. S&P, Bitcoin, different types of dragons, higher low dragons, lower low dragons. But regardless, where are they? They're all at these pattern completion zones of now like potential W shapes. Anyway, we'll get back to this one. Let's look at BNB. Dude, who's going to do it? BNB's holding on. My God, dude, are they going to do it? Holding this 638, 621 inflection zone. It's very important. They better hold on to it, dude. They better. That's all I can tell you. Below that, you had nothing to do with BNB, but above it, hey, man, you got a chance. You're just praying for Bitcoin to continue to rally. That's a big, tall order. Because Bitcoin's long in the tooth. These are all long in the tooth, man. So, up 1.6%. This one's not very good. I mean, this one's just like, what? You know what can happen? We get 1, 2, 3, and then you get a big red candle tomorrow, and then it's a, falling 3 methods continuation. It's not really at a good spot. I mean, I would prefer it at 135.81. That's just IMO. I don't really see anything like spectacular on this structurally for an edge. I don't think it's at a strategic place either for a good long. So you're just staring at it like you have been most of these, being like, okay, we're just going to move on and look for opportunity elsewhere until these things actually look interesting. Like by the book structures at key levels, local confirmation lows, all the good stuff. Really tough here, man. Even if it was to go higher, it's tough. And if you watch, we've been doing this over 7 years, they're slam dunks. It's a no-brainer. Oh my God, we're in the space-time continuum. I wish everyone was watching right now, but we're just not really at that point right now, unfortunately. So, okay, that's your bigger cryptos. Let's go to total market cap. As it almost saw an 88% retest. This is like what we're seeing on the S&P now, the NASDAQ. 88% rallies off their lows. But hey, above the 200 moving average. And this is like why you just can't, reaction. You just don't know exactly when the type 2 will begin its development, if it was ever going to do it, right? It could start, this week, risk on, oh my God, and then we go up a little higher, and then we get a second local high at the pattern completion zone of this shark. And then you get really nice bearish divergence in the RSI. You might end up getting it on the MACD again. But you don't know. But one thing we do know is this will underperform Bitcoin. if this was the Bitcoin chart, it would have traded above the all-time high. So yeah, people will be like, "There's a miniature dragon." There very well could be. Okay, if you want me to show you on the 4 hour here, there could be, man. Look, dude, there's a supply line they broke, but it's really tough trusting things so high up here without any forms of confirmation. Like, I think they broke a supply line this weekend, but at the same time, just because you broke a supply line doesn't mean crap. It just means one little thing. You need to make a higher high in the previous hour. What'd they do? Please tell me true. What did they really do this 6+% rally from the lowest low? From the previous high to low, what'd they do? 88% retrace. High here to low here, 886. We know the 886. That means max threshold of a lower high, which they do that crap all the time on Bitcoin. Like, all the time. I mean, 886s, bro. Before they sell it off again. I mean, just all the time. Like, I mean, back here, we have so much, you know. From this high to low, what they did, they rallied it to an 886 a couple times, rolled over, right? What they did, they rallied this high to low to an 886 a couple times, sold it off with this big rally. Where to conclude? 886. 886 upon 886s all the freaking time. But even like in the shorter term stuff, like, I mean, they'll do high to low here. This will be an 886 before they sell it off again. And this high to low, pretty much 886 before it sold off again. High to low, pretty much 886 before selling off, even if it's not even like gonna be real or last. Just saying, that's where we are on this little recovery. So don't get like too excited or too crazy here. All right. What would be really cool would be like something like this. They go fill the gap, and we eventually come down here and we retest this 102.6 level where we have such good price action correlation on the 4 hour. We end up developing like an inverse head and shoulders. You might get a couple tests down here, and it'd be easier to manage risk. Like for something, you'd have a structure, you'd have price action correlating to a level from history, even more recent history, before all-time highs. So you just don't like have much here right now, and that's unfortunate because we look at crypto. People care about crypto. All right, let's look at the futures. I'm from the future. What? I'm from the future. Crap, man, not good here. I'm in my 4K situation, so this is not easy. Sorry, S&P futures. I got to get this figured out. Everything's all effed because of 4K. And stream elements don't even let your overlays be anything but 2K. We're in trouble. I don't know. Like, we're still ahead of the curve going 4K like this. We just went warp speed. So S&P 500, it's down 0.16%. Nasdaq down 0.24%. While the Dow Jones down 0.11%. Nothing too crazy right now on the futures. We can definitely look at them on the bigger screen, so you can see we have 8 minutes till the daily weekly close for crypto. Let me just show you here. We're talking amongst friends. Okay, so understand where we are. Dude, I really hope it continues. We're just never gonna stop. It's the COVID crash all over again. But after such a nice 20-something% rally off the lows, what was it officially? Oh, after a 24% rally in 63 days. Pathetic compared to Bitcoin, by the way. Remember, if you decided to play Bitcoin on the recovery instead of the index funds, you win. You won on yield because Bitcoin just murked index funds on the recovery. Even though percentage-wise, they're not too far off. You saw that big rally on Bitcoin off the lows. 50% versus 24, like doubled the performance in the retrace. Anyway, so what am I talking about here? Why it's just kind of like tough for me to just sign off on like, let's all just go long on the index funds, bro. because you're just looking at an 886. Like, what the heck, man? It's just a W shape completing up here, and it could be once, and it could be twice. I know it was an incredible. This could keep going, man. This could definitely keep going. Screw it, man. Screw harmonics. We're going to all-time highs. There's nothing you can do to stop this train. My Trump, my everything. Let's go. But it's almost the same way I felt right here in January and February. I'm like, bro, it's like, I hope we just completely blast through the 1618 like it was nothing. It's all a joke. Get wrecked, harmonic bros. But it ended up just getting more and more strong of an argument before you saw the massive wave down and then the crash, because, catalysts to exacerbate the wave. And here we are again, back at some sort of other W shape that completed. And you remember some W shape that was identified here, was talked about up until the day that it began to react. And I'm going to show you real quick, not futures, but right here, same situation. Now, it's a little different because you don't have a higher low, you have a lower low on the Dow Jones back in January. But that rally, it hit the 886 100% and just stayed there, and that was it, man. So you just I can't be someone that's going to just apologize for identifying these wave structures completing. Dude, it's not about what I think is going to happen. I want W shapes to literally, by default, always get invalidated, because I want number to go up forever for everyone in their 401ks or portfolios. But, that's la land. I'm just here showing you this is the deepest of deep retraces, and we're at it. And people's guards are getting down again, because bullish engulfing candle, highest daily candle close on Friday we'd seen since February 21st. We're going to do it, man. I hope we do. All right, so that was we're just talking here, okay? We're having a good time. I hope you are. My God, if you don't have a good time, what the heck are you doing? Badlands Chugs, all for it, dude. All right, so we had this old channel, and this one was beautiful. Broke, and then they recaptured it, kind of retested it. Forget it, though. Forget that for a minute. It's the same thing. It's the same type of thing where you just know wave on the waves, like where we are. Same thing. It's an 886 high to low. It's a bat, though. It's not a shark. Sharks are really menacing. But bats are there. The bat is there. You're right at, you were just like dead smack at the 886, right? And you've been there since May 29th, spinning your wheels. So I guess it's a poll. Like, it's worthy of a poll where it's like, chat, do the W shapes catch a reaction? I think that'd be good. What happened? Why does my music keep stopping? Oh, what the heck? Let's do this thing, man. Engage with my audience. Yeah, I'm going to engage with y'all so hard. Do the W shapes on the S&P and NASDAQ catch a real reaction? Right? A real reaction. Yes or no? I think that's a good poll. All right, there it is. All right, I've created the poll. Yeah, that's right. Engagement bros. We're going to do it, man. All right, so they may not react, man. Remember, there are things called the harmonic optimum price. Where the price can, in fact, exceed the pattern completion zone, price reversal zone, and that's okay. But it's kind of similar to what we were seeing, like on the NASDAQ, like up here. Like, oh, it barely even hopped. I don't even think it would consider it a hop. Well, this was a butterfly on the NASDAQ, and then on the S&P, it was a deep crap, I believe. So, yep, here we are. I don't know if I'm looking at US. I haven't updated this one, I don't think. Yeah. This one, you know, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is a little different because it has underperformed so bad that it is not completing. It's not completing any sort of W shape at all. It's cool that it's above 42K. I mean, that's a pretty big level, as you can see from October, November, January this year. Anything above that's okay. I mean, you got maybe your upside at least is to 44K. I'm sorry, 43.3. 44 or 43.3. My God, dude. Sorry, I'm burping here. I got issues. All right. But if you wanted to see some maybe defensive start, you know, those oil stocks that look good or something like Chevron, they start rallying, carrying the market. I mean, like, you know, you'd have a little more upside on this potential bat. But you can just see here, I mean, S&P and NASDAQ are at those levels. They've kind of been at them for like a week. You're way off here. So there could be some more upside. Okay, and anyway, so let's look at gold real quick for this. We got less than 40 seconds. So this is something to think about. This is an idea, okay? Like, we're trying to determine what type of price action is going on. And, like, there's the idea of classic distribution, but they ran it again. But then all of a sudden, like last week, you know, risk on starts rallying again. Everything's good. All of a sudden, is it local forms of confirmation of distribution where both of these highs are lower than this high, lower than this high? It's possible, but at the same time, it's hard to trust because gold is like something's actually going on fundamentally with gold. I mean, everyone wants to top on gold because it's ridiculous. It's parabolic for sure. But at the same time, we're watching like countries, sovereign countries, just dumping their U.S. bonds at an alarming rate, unprecedented rate, and they are just buying gold, and they just keep doing it. So even with that going on, you could still see structures that play out. This is just what's going on right now. It's up 0.24% on the new day, whatever.
Welcome home, Mitch. Can we take a look at the weekly close on dollar Kibshi with Ty for what you do as always? First time meme coin 2022 chat GPT.
What's up, Bob, man? Thanks so much, dude, for the super chat. We will look at that, yes. But here's the Jesus chimes. Because Bitcoin has officially closed the week and the day. Unfortunately, there it is. Right? Another day, another failed attempt. We have not seen traders settle up on Bitcoin's daily above 106, 150 since May 28th. So just another day of that. Failures. Yikes. Weekly? Thanks again, Bob. It was, they saved it, dude. Indecision candle for sure. I wouldn't consider this like a godsend candle or anything, but that bearish engulfing candle didn't catch follow through. So yeah, we're gonna wick down and up here. So I mean, now you would probably want another formal test of 104.5 on spot on the weekly, or not, you know. But that's where we are. That's the candle we got. Your Bitcoin, your Ethereum. What kind of? Oh my God, what are they doing? Okay, big range. I mean, my God, most of the hard meat and potatoes are the 15% range on Ethereum for a month now. Swinging, you know, 15% up and down throughout the week, and then closing pretty much where you're opening. So, just wondering when will there be resolution? It's cool that we're above the 200-week moving average. As remember September to November, wow, just skating along the edge. At least we're doing that again then. What was that cash? Dang, man. That's just ridiculous. Like, and the thing is, if you have this on auto, it doesn't know what it's doing. Auto, like, makes it like everything's just bright white. So I try, people be like, just put it on auto. It doesn't work. Yep, so big nothing burger on Solana. lowest candle close since the 28th of April, so not great. Anything above 130, 135 is good, man. I'll show you all in a second. I just gotta give me 1 sec, man. Oh, there we go. A little bit, but okay. See, like stuff like that. Meh. It's okay. I don't know, dude. Alright, whatever. It's gonna just get worse and worse. Yeah, Solana, anything above 130, 135, you're okay, I guess. But in the end, people would definitely, I would want, anyone in the world would want something like this, if you could help it, on the weekly at this point. Because they just kind of impulse through it. Okay, well, if you impulse through it, give me a back test. Make me feel nice, warm, and cozy and fuzzy inside. So we can see on the weekly, they're confirming 130 as support, which they never did since recapturing, really. So I want to see it. And then XRP, here it is, man. I mean, you still have an active potential head and shoulders. Why is it active? Because it's not been invalidated. You would definitively invalidate a head and shoulders above $2.90 to $3. So they went up and they tested, and they unfortunately failed to even rival the shoulders. So a lower high. So it's just kind of like this. Okay. So you're not dead yet. You're not screwed, but you still have this pending potential structure that is massive. You're not in trouble until we're breaking 190, 196. So no problems. Don't be worried. But yeah, I mean, like, it'd be cool to get, if anything, it'd be cool, just like Solana. It'd be nice to do something like this, actually. Reconfirm its validity, because they never did it, man. This level was recaptured and never reconfirmed as valid, as support. So let's go do that. Everyone will lose their minds. Everyone will mass sell, and then great level to maybe manage risk with a really tight stop, because one bad tweet, man, one bad event, oh my God, risk off. Get wrecked crypto. Tough market, dude. So that is your weekly close, dude. Heart rate monitor on XRP, but still, you cannot be mad at this because it never round tripped. Yeah, I mean, November 5th, remember the election, everything. I mean, even Bitcoin was just a few percentage points away from completely round tripping at its nadir, at its lowest point of the sell-off. But XRP, not even close, man. So there's just something endearing about that. When you just go to anything, right? I mean, Ethereum, what happened? January 20th, it had already begun its descent. It went beyond round tripping, right? It round tripped itself 3 to 5 times over. Eric Trump in the middle somewhere. Awful. Solana, when was the election? Or the beyond round trip. Beyond. They like went lower than where they were before the whole party, right? The whole election. They went really bad. XRP, no, though. XRP is good. And BNB, same thing, like November 20th. Or November 5th, excuse me. Round tripped. Completely round tripped. Multitude of times. We're above it still, but that's what I'm saying, right? The difference between XRP and is very wild if you care. And that might mean something. You just never really know in the moment. Okay, so we had a couple requests, man. Oh my God, sorry, the audio is probably a little loud. Music-wise, sorry. Stream ruined. What's up, Archam? Brad, Joel, Joe, let's go. Yeah, no, I need lighting on my face. When I'm on my desk or on my table in here, I have the lighting of my coffee table. If you can really see it, it's down there where my R is. You see it? It's just a amazing kinetic sand table. So it's got Bitcoin painted in sand with RGB lighting. It's beautiful. It's called Sisyphus, the Sisyphus table. If you are interested in buying it, not cheap, but worth to me. I loved it because it gives me new art anytime I want it. But I don't know. I get the Bitcoin painting on there, and I never want to change it. It's just too beautiful. I feel bad. What's up, Six, man? Let us look at the couple requests we had. Aerotine. Oh yeah, dude. Cutting edge technology. Let's see here. Aero. Aerodrome. Let's see. On Coinbase, nice. Well, I mean, at one time there was an M shape. Yeah, I remember this one. Long time now. Okay. Start with an M shape, type 2 even. September. Back when there was liquidity eventually. Back when just all this time it took for this to develop space-time continuum, and then it ran and it was over. And now we suck again. It's like an incomplete shark pattern. So you know what you say here? You wait. You do nothing until what? You'd still do nothing even when this happens. But you'd be waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for an 886. And that's it. Yeah, 886 down yonder, man. Just like, okay, on Aerodrome, Aerotine, you want to see this asset lose another 30% of its value before you were going to do anything. It's the bad action magnet move, the BAMM. It's a high probability outcome phenomenon when you have an incomplete M shape in development and they break the B point. It's kind of like a double top that neckline breaks to confirm it. The probability is higher. Well, you have a high probability of a 786, 886 here, but in terms of this pattern, you would wait for the 886. So no action to take on this. You're asking to lose a lot of money too long right now. That's your Aerodrome finance, bro. Okay. Bueller. I hate this, man. It's just daylight, dude. Like, hey, man, it's 8:11. Let's stay daylight for another hour and a half. All right, cool. I'm gonna start the advocacy group for always keeping my daylight savings. Just kidding. Yeah, we got a lot of riots going on in California, for sure. What would you think? Those millions and millions of illegal migrants were going to just let you deport them? No. Yeah, there was always going to be violence. And there's nothing. Like, we're seeing nothing. Okay, so JR, thanks again, man. I don't know if you're watching right now, dude, but sorry. Sorry about your S-Coin. We did the exact same analysis on like CRV. I mean, I'm talking identical. Do I even have that?
Identical.
Yeah, dude. It was just like the same. You just see these wave charts, you say, all right, it was right here. It was like in late January, and someone's like, could you look at CRV? And I'm like, bro, there's another 50% downside or something stupid. Yeah, like 56% downside. We got there. It got there, literally violated the key level just to complete at the 886. Then the buyers came in to recapture, reconfirmed, and then you won this really nice rally that might be over But yeah, it's really cool. Like, that's the stuff. When they break these bad action magnet moves, the probability is higher. Yeah, prophetic almost. I love these things. The wave structures, man, they're so predictable. I mean, not always, right? I mean, just because you get an M shape, sometimes still not good enough for action. You do want forms of confirmation after you get completion of M shapes. Anyway, what's that next request? Is that RX? Asan? Gills? What you talking about, man? Tell me true. What do you mean? Do you want RX? I'm gonna go get the pharmaceuticals. Huh. How about that, man? So great. All right, so yeah, been here before. So we had been here. There was a perfect little setup maybe that was going on. An M shape. That just took forever. But then on the tail end, we were able to see this nice, really nice structure. Too much demand. They couldn't even test 594 again. And then it played out. It rallied, but did fall short of a target area by maybe a few cents. But that's almost spot on. It can't always be perfect. They can't always do what ACHR and QBTS did. They can't. Sometimes they rally and then they conclude their runs and then look, all-time lows. But the good news is you all of a sudden have an Eve and Adam kind of double bottom. I mean, up 20%. So Recursion Pharmaceuticals. Okay, if you're above $5, that's the big level here. The swing low from 2022. 2023, come on, man, multiple times. If you're back above that level, you're okay. You would want them to reconfirm the validity at some point. But yeah, you might have yourself a potential Atom and Eve going on right now. Fine. At the bottom, at the basement of bottoms. So you want to keep your eye on it, but after a 20% rally, it's really tough to be like, okay, dude, let's just go long on Monday. Really tough to say that. So maybe if we get a back test of $5, you get a nice pullback, could be a good entry there. Maybe. If they recapture $6, I mean, you just understand the upside potential. Like, I mean, history shows you at least $12. $11.75 to $12 would be a target if they could ever do it, but you just made all-time lows, and the S&P is like a few percent away from all-time highs. So yeah, maybe there's a structure down here. Maybe, yeah. I'm not going to argue with you. This is why you asked for it, because you're seeing
also
that same
check
thing.
the monthly log scale on Kibshi when you get there. Looks wild.
What's up, Bob? Thanks again, dude. Yeah, we'll look at it in log scale. Bob Areno, thank you, dude. Well, that'll be next anyway. Yep. Thanks again, Gills, for the 20. This is the basement. I mean, there's always potential opportunity.
Bull market or bear market, it's always good to spend Sunday night with Mitch, and some charts feels amazing, man.
Anonymous, thanks so much, dude, for those 420. That's like multiple joints. That's like an 840 contribution because of the kind words. So thank you, man. See, this lighting does anything. Hold on. Give me one sec. Trying to turn on some lights, but I just don't think it's gonna really do much. I gotta get one of those ring lights or whatever, like a Instagram person. I feel like when I get one of those, I'm like instantly a narcissist or something. Like, bro, you got the narcissist ring light. Yep, that's me. Not really doing too hot here on the lighting at all. It's still so bright out. It's just crazy, man. Okay. A bet 1 than 2. What's up, dudes? Thanks for the 2 super chat. Yeah, silver looks like it's beginning to outperform. Okay, so you want me to look at one of those crazy S-coin wrapped ether scam coins in log scale? I don't know if that's... Well, we've been here, dude. I don't know when we were here, but we were here, and now it has played out. Or begun to. There it is, chat. Another, just go figure, man. It's just a M shape, an 886, no reaction forever, and then a higher low starts getting put in May. And look at you now. Anything above 4,800, I'm just saying 4,800. It's like a candle close from back in May of last year. Reversal. It's so real of a level, right? You can't argue. Kibo, Sheeb, resistance, reversal. So you're above that. Anything above that is good on Kibo, Sheeb. I would think that the next target on this one's just going to be 7,900. It's like a candle high close from October last year. If you break that, 11,100, maybe 15K after that of your targets. But yeah, it's the M shape and then nothing, and then really running off of that M shape's completion, and you're in decent shape, staying above 4,400 to 4,800 given enough time. All right, that's it. I wouldn't recommend. It's just a scam coin, dude. What do you want, dude? Scam coin gonna bleed an M shape and then eventually rally after everyone gives up on it, and it's now trading above a very key level. That again, if you're below that, I believe the argument is to not own it. But if you're above it and you've been in on it, because the only people requesting for Kibo Sheeb coin, they're in it already. You know they own it. They're not, I'm at the car dealership and I'm like, dang, dude, that Kibo Sheeb coin I've been hearing about on YouTube, there it is. I'm thinking about buying Kibo Sheeb now. Got a really good engine. No one's doing that. So they already own it. And they're just looking for some, security blanket here. And this is a pretty decent security blanket above 4,400. Okay. What did you say about log scale? I don't know if we really need log scale on the scam. Monthly? Bro, he wants a monthly chart. Getting serious now, man. Yeah, all that data. Yeah, monthly, you can still see the M shape, kind of. It's crazy. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, again, if you're above 4,800, you're solid. If not, get wrecked. I mean, it's just like one low. It's like a confirmation low, a higher low, confirmation low, accumulation kind of. And yeah, sky's the limit. See it 9,600 on the monthly. Okay, 75.80 on the monthly for the close, and then after that, 9,700. He wants log scale. Oh my god. All right, log scale. Looks actually a little better on linear for opportunity. Yeah, but this thing's just been going, man. So keep it up. Here's the thing about these. It doesn't matter how long they can look good. Once the devs, okay, it could be a 13-year-old kid named Kalamazoo. Once he's ready to rug pull this thing, it doesn't matter what the chart looks like. Oh yeah, they're accumulating, and then it's just, oh wow, it's negative dollars or negative denomination of what it's paired against in a day. Okay, that you just have to understand that it doesn't matter if this looks good now and ready to roll. If Kalamazoo wants to dump it, yeah, it's just not. Yeah. Okay, so just proceed with caution on these wrap ether scam coins. Kibo Shib certainly one of them. All right, go ahead and be offended. Alex, 0, because that's the inverse of what I am. So Yeah, you can relate all you want to scam coins and log scale on the monthly, and then what happens when they just rug pull? Oh my god, it was so good and it's gone. But yeah, it like, dude, I'm not saying it technically looks terrible at all. You know I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, it's a disclaimer of these. Like, there's no one has to have stake in these. They can just, no, I'm done with all these people. I'm gonna rug them. Right? They're not like beholden like a publicly traded stock. Okay, they got quarterly reports. They got all these things. They got stake in the game. They'll go to jail if they do something too effed. You can talk about the monthly. Look at Bitcoin on the monthly. Good God. I mean, this is what I'm saying. You could 114 on the monthly doesn't seem impossible at all. You're positive. If all stayed the same right now or higher, it'd be a monthly all-time high. The monthly chart on Bitcoin is like what makes all your fears melt away. Look at this thing. In 4K. It's beautiful. At least to me. So, I mean, it doesn't matter if we go down to 100 next this month. No, none of it matters. Yeah. In the end, like, we like the technicals. You know, we love Bitcoin's technicals. We like the sharks, and man, they've been respected in the past. Sometimes they've been violated, but dude, the way the world is now, how do you not see Bitcoin's inevitability as relevant going forward? I just, like, if you don't see it at this point, after me covering it for over 7 years, you're just never gonna understand what it is. And the price isn't relevant. Technicals on the monthly are crazy though. That is just God. But yeah, I know, I get it. We're right here. Like, some people, it's so weird, man. You have the M2 liquidity bros, where, dude, it's lined up 87-day laggard from M2, the money supply, and the Bitcoin chart. It's perfect. It's been following it perfectly. Yeah. But then you have these other bros that are like 2021 fractal bros of like one top sell-off. Second
What's
top.
up, Mitch? Do you remember the lovely Austrian crypto fairy from way back? Her content was great. Is she still about? You heard from her lately? Welcome back, Purdy boy.
Thank you, Moi Moi. No, I don't know what happened to her, but yeah, she was awesome. She was awesome. She was from Austria. She was based too. Okay, I could imagine living in Germany. A lot of people just hate themselves. They want to erase themselves. Germany, Austria, whatever. You get it because of history. She wasn't like that. She wasn't like that at all. So I don't know what happened to her. Sad that people come and they go. They come and they go, and I'm trying to like be more visible, but dude, this is what happens if I just turn it on auto right now without all that sunlight. Yeah, Bitcoin, dude. What a dream, man. Freaking dream here. But a 103 check back would be cool. But just understand, anything you're doing, you're really just pushing it, because if you don't look at Bitcoin as Bitcoin, you look at it as just any other asset. Went on its crazy run, you had your chance to make some money, and now you're just kind of way more uncertain. And a retest of 100K, or at least 100,500, is very possible here. You got to break, man. We really, what do we need to see? We need to see buyers come in and break this 106, 150 very soon. And this week, we want to see that. And then we're in real good shape for most likely 114. But you can't just fail here. You cannot start reversing at this level. All right? Good Lord. What do we do auto here? That does nothing, man. Oh my god. Oh boy. Yeah, I think I just have a lighting issue now. Like, I just have not enough light in here. So do I turn the ISO up to make it good? Whatever. We're good anyway. I've been live like hour 15 minutes now, so yeah, monthly's amazing, nothing to worry about. Daily, let's see what buyers can do. Let's really break it. We have Asia now open, waking up, and they typically day trade Bitcoin. So whatever move you're going to be getting in the next hour or two doesn't mean it's going to sustain. Most of the time it doesn't sustain. They rally it. Well, it'll get sold into while you're asleep. They sell it off. It'll get bought into while you're asleep. It's typically what happens. Okay, so yeah, people be like, dude, is that a flag? Yeah. You do it like that. With 1 and 2 up here to be really nice, you still got some good upside to like 107.2 before you test that. Yeah, man, we're just pushing our luck up here, and definitely can't rule out a second rally to a slightly higher high to put in some bearish divergence on the RSI and to confirm a top for real, because this is too local. We were zoomed in, we saw it, but I mean, talking about a daily undeniable type of, if we were going to get it, you really do want to see stuff like this. Not just like this kind of 1 and 2 here, but also like 1 and 2, where people just come flooding back in. Oh my God, price discovery. People were calling price discovery here. And it was like, no, sir, no. People were saying the bearish divergence that was identified didn't count because we were in price discovery. On Twitter, on X, when I posted it, like, what does it mean to you? And they said it meant nothing to them because price discovery. I'm like, sir, we're trading below the 120 all-time high. You are not in price discovery until that is broken resoundingly. So you break those levels again, you make a higher high, all-time high. We get a few hay songs, and then yikes. Hopefully we don't get 2021 again. Hello? Yeah, you want to go ahead vote in that poll. We got a poll out right now. And the poll is, do the W shapes on the S&P 500 and NASDAQ catch a real reaction? 67% of y'all saying yes, they will react. And for real, a reaction's like we start selling off in this week or next week around this 886 level, and we at least make maybe a 23% retrace from the lowest low to this peak that we might be putting in here. That's how we would determine if the reaction's real. So I'm gonna end the poll. Thanks for the lack of votes on the poll. I'm used to that though. Whatever, we used to be getting like 2,000 poll votes. Now we got 200. Nice. And see, now it's like the backdrop's starting to look really cool. It's so awesome, and the stream's over. The analysis is done. There's nothing to do. Yeah, that's why I hate. This is why I wish I could do night streams, but people don't watch the night streams. They don't like night streams. People want afternoon, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. streams. That's good for everyone. All right. It's been fun, chat. Thank y'all so much for coming out. If you're worried, just look at the monthly. And I'm sorry, the altcoins just really are. They're just not great here. I mean, like, let's see. The ones were, they looked okay. They still are okay, but like my like this, here's one like storage where, man, It's a type 2 return, slightly low double bottom with bullish divergence, but now they're trading below the magic zone. They just are. They're just, why have sellers taken that level out? Why can buyers not get us back above it? You get back above 28 cents, you're in good shape, but until then, I'm just like, what the heck, man? It's just so bad. It's just miserable. This is where assets should be catching bids to really go, but they're just not. No one wants them.
Anonymous tipped $25. FSLR Doobie.
What's up, Doobie, man? Yeah, dude, still got your artwork right up there. Right over there. Thank you, dude. Remember STK in New York? Good times. FSLR? First solar power, looking very interesting. Actually. It's the weekly. Really nice weekly close. Wow. Did you say first solar? Hold on. Oh, I didn't do PepsiCo. Sorry. Let me pull this one up. Yeah, it's first solar. I mean, this one's okay. It's not as good as other ones, I think, that are in this sector or whatever. Just clean it up. Nice head and shoulders. So we look, and we're just going to see here. We got this, oh yeah, resistance, support from 08. From 2009 and 2011. Very real level. And so you're trading below it. So they tried to break it and they failed. Locally, I don't see anything actionable. What you would really want to see, maybe, if you wanted to like manage your risk optimally, you would want 134 to be back tested. They recaptured it, but you have no idea if it's real. I think you would want something like this. Something like that. And it'd be very easy to set up an entry with a good strategic stop loss, with good upside potential to 175, 185 if you get it. Right here, it's impossible. How do you manage your risk appropriately? You can't. You're just in between two big levels, nearing a resistance here. So, there's that one, but then there's like other solar. So I'm not really that interested on that one. Those ones not even there. In phase energy. I can't remember which ones because I posted them in the Patreon. Was it even solar that was good? I'm not even sure. I don't think solar. Exos. I don't even know what Exos is. But yeah, I don't know. In phase, there's no evidence of a buying campaign by a composite operator, so it's still not exciting. You'd be lucky to catch any sort of performance on a rally. So I don't know about solar. Solar's, let me check here. No, lighting's okay. It's just during that window between the sunset and dusk. Dusk is all effed for all of this. I hate it. That we get through it and it's like pristine. PepsiCo. Part of the diabetes. Oh my God, it's so bad. It's been bad a long time now. 2023, we were here. And even a rally that came off of that didn't do anything good. Just back tested key resistance as resistance and then redistribution continued. Oh my God. Like just tripping through time because you don't cover all these. I don't cover all of them. But like, man, just a great educational moment. This is the stuff you're looking for an edge. You want an edge, dude? You look for distribution structures, and then you're looking on the third peak to correlate perfectly to an overhead resistance. Like in January 2022, look, April 2022. So real of a level. No argument. And then 1 and 2 and then 3. And look what that manifested into. It was beautiful. See, when you identify that, it's so easy to manage risk with a stop loss on your short somewhere above 177 marginally, and then your downside potential is so massive. And look where you are. PepsiCo, I mean, trading just within the past week or two was at its lowest level in 5 years, and now you're just sitting at a support. And it's like, are you going to survive this? I don't know, right? Again, structures take time to develop. How long did this pattern right here? That took 84 days to develop. You've been sitting down here since mid-May. What, 3 weeks? Nothing there. Oops. You've been sitting there with nothing. No patterns. No bids have come in. Just enough bids to prop the price up at this very real inflection point. You lose this. I mean, 124 is on deck. So again, you're looking for, if you wanted to long this asset, you want like something like this to develop amongst this level. And you don't have it. You don't have enough time, not enough data, no structures. The trend, unfortunately, is not your friend, right? You'd be counter trend trading to long this anyway. Less than before, over and over and over again for a couple years now. And just sitting on a ledge. And if it breaks, it's gonna be nasty. So that's PepsiCo. Very bad, boys. Very bad. Big yikes in the chat for PepsiCo. No recovery here. No, we didn't look at the link. Looks like crap, like most other alts. Just being real. Okay. I'm not sure about U.S. oil going higher, XRP panic, but the U.S. oil stocks look very interesting. They're just doing stuff that's like, wow, man. The things we look for on an asset, I mean, look, just for instance, all these lower highs, and this thing could be just this unreal classic distribution structure that's been going on forever, and we could be going to the abyss for a long time. That is very real possibility, okay? I am not a fortune teller, but I do know we're just talking about we need local structure. You have like a nice local structure here. Been in development since April. One low, second low maybe. Buyers defending. What is this? What is this 131 to 135 level? Let's just look left, okay? Because you've already broken like another local zone here if the big structure not good, but they're trying to recapture it. But with that 133, 135, oh my God, look, 2018 peak reversal. Look at this, 2014, the oil glut. That is a very, very real level. I think you would all agree. And the price action we are receiving at that level is favorable. So we're not acting like we know that it's going to hold here and it's going to run to fill all these gaps and we're going way higher. It just means it's way easier to set up a stop loss to protect yourself below those levels and to know your upside potential is massive if we do recapture 140.57, which we're just cents away from. So that's just what I mean. Like there's some good reward to risk scenarios on oil stocks. And with that being said, I still don't act like I know the major direction of these assets where they're going next, right? So it's just cool to see Chevron. Whoa, dude, that's a big level, man. That is not a joke. And they're defending it once, twice, maybe thrice. Because you got one low here, then I see 1 and 2, and these two lows are higher than this low. So it's like almost like a triple bottom with accumulation signature. Like here's one low, here's number 2, and then here is number 3. Wow, that's triple bottom with accumulation signature because the 2 lows of the 3 are higher than the first low. Well, whatever, dude. I'll just keep talking and to myself. Ugh. All right. Well, I hope you all have a good one. It's been fun. Rejoice for 4K streams. Thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. I'll just be back. Until next time, respect the TA.